Hello there, my name is Richard McMunn, and in this training tutorial I'm going to teach you how to speak like a manager. So if you want to become a manager, you are already an established one and you want to improve your vocabulary, or if you have a management interview coming up soon, make sure you stay tuned because the words and phrases I am about to give you will make you sound more confident and influential as a manager and a leader. And to achieve that goal, this is what I will cover in this tutorial. So number one, I will give you a list of powerful management words and phrases you should be using as a manager to inspire, motivate, and direct a team of people. Now, I have more than 28 years experience as a manager and a leader. And I use these words all the time to achieve success. They are brilliant words you should have in your vocabulary as a manager and leader. Number two, I will then give you the two most underused and underrated words you should be using as a manager. These words are not used often enough. They will make a big difference to how you are perceived by your team. Okay, so you use these two words to gain respect. Number three, I will give you example statements you can use as a manager, both in the workplace and at job interviews, that use these powerful management words and phrases. And then finally, I will tell you where you can instantly download these slides and also my full management skills training course. You can get access to it immediately online. And just very quickly, if you are new to this channel, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. I am here to help you progress throughout your career. I can only do that if you are subscribed. And please just give the video a like because that motivates me to create more content for you. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, let's start off and I will give you a list of brilliant management and leadership words and phrases you should be using. And you can use these either in the workplace as a manager when communicating with your team and the senior management team, and you can also use them in job interviews too. And I will explain what each word means. So the first word you should be using is strategy. So what does that mean? Well, strategy is your plan of action that is designed to achieve the company's long-term objectives. Now, when I was working in the fire service as a manager, I would often refer to my strategy. So I would create a plan of action and I would share that plan of action periodically with my team of firefighters. And I would say, let's focus on our strategy. We all know where we are going. And this is what we need to do, the specific steps we need to take to achieve the strategy. The second management word you should be using if you want to sound like a manager is analyze. So when you analyze something, you take a close look at the facts and information that are available to you. And when you analyze facts and information, it helps you make better decisions. So I would often say as a manager, I want us to analyze the facts and information that's available to us before I make a decision. This would allow me some time before I made a decision. I would want to analyze all the information that I had available to me before I made a decision. And I often found when I did analyze information and facts, it would enable me to make better decisions. Don't think as a manager or a leader that you have to jump in and make a decision all the time. So I would say I want to analyze the facts and information and then I will make a decision. So it gives you more time. The next powerful management and leadership word you should be using is expectations. This is a really good one. So expectations is what you want to happen. So you could say, my expectations for you as a team are, and then you would list them. List your expectations. So I would use the word expectations as a manager all the time, especially when communicating with my team. Now, this next word is a really good one. It's opportunity. So opportunity is your chance to achieve something significant. So I would say to my team members, this is our opportunity to make a difference in our work. This is our opportunity to make a difference in the work that we carry out. The next word is benchmark. I like this. So a benchmark is a point of reference against which things can be compared. So you could say, let's benchmark this month's performance against last month's performance. And that encourages people to improve. You could say, let's benchmark the organization against our closest competitors. Let's have a look at what they do. Let's analyze what they do and let's benchmark against them so we can improve. So far we've got strategy, analyze, expectations, opportunity, benchmark. The next one is holistic. I would use this word all the time as a manager in the fire service. So when you take a holistic view, you look at things from a wider perspective. And this is a great skill to have as a manager and leader. You step out and you look at things holistically. You look at things strategically. You look at it with a wider picture, a wider view. And again, that will help you make better decisions that are in the best interests of an organization. The next word is collaborate. Now, a lot of managers and leaders say, let's work as a team, but I used to use the word collaborate. Let's collaborate together. It will make you sound like a more confident and influential manager. Now, collaborate means you work closely together as a team. So you could say, I want you to collaborate on this project to achieve the objectives. Collaborate is a much stronger word than teamwork. The next word is values. Okay, so what are values? Well, values are principles or standards of behavior. So I would say, let's not forget our core values when we carry out our work. So whenever I started in a new team as a manager, I would always set down a number of core values I wanted everyone to adhere to in the team. Let me give you the values that I wanted people in my team to adhere to. And you could then use these when you are managing your own team. And you can talk about these in a job interview. You could say, when I start work as a manager for your organization, I will have a set of core values that I want my team to adhere to. And this gives people in your team something to focus on. And you can always then refer back to your values as a manager. So I will give you a set of values that you can use, and I will then come back to some more great words that you can use to help you speak like a manager. So these are examples of workplace values that you can implement as a manager and a leader. So the first one is respect for other people. So this includes respect for work colleagues and also customers. Let's have respect for each other in how we act towards each other and also speak. The second value is excellence. I love this one. So if you have a value of excellence, then you complete everything to the best of your ability and on time. The next workplace value is commitment, and this is about taking responsibility for your actions. The next one is integrity. I also like this workplace value as a manager because it means you're encouraging people to do the right thing, to be honest. So be honest. So if they make mistakes, it's okay, so long as they are honest and they own up to them. That's having integrity. The next workplace value is communication. So as a manager, you should regularly communicate with your staff and keep them informed and updated about what's going on. Be transparent as much as you can be. The next workplace value as a manager that I used to implement was inclusiveness. This is a really good one. So when you are inclusive, you make opportunities in the team available to everyone. And you also listen to people's ideas and suggestions. So you don't just choose certain people in the team to give them the opportunities because you like them more. You give everybody training opportunities and development opportunities to get the most out of them and to make them feel motivated and valued in the workplace. The next workplace value I would always insist on is valuing diversity. And this is recognizing that we are all different and we all have unique strengths and traits that the team can benefit from. So I value diversity greatly. It's really important to me as a manager. The next workplace value is continuous improvement. And this is about getting your team members to strive to continually improve and also reflect on their performance. So whenever they carry out a task, look back at how they performed during the task. What were they like? What could they learn from the situation? Could they improve? Could things be done better? Or were things done really well? And you can share your actions with the rest of the organization so they can learn from them too. And the next one is customer service. This is about putting the customer first in everything we do and making the customer a priority. Some of the best organizations in the world, Amazon, for example, always put the customer first. So that's a set of workplace values you could implement as a manager. You could talk about these during your interview. And that gives you a reference point to come back to when you are dealing with your staff and communicating with them. Let's now go back to some more great management and leadership words you can use to speak like a manager. The next one is maximize. So when you maximize something, you make the most of it, or you generate the greatest sales achievable. Let's maximize our sales. Let's maximize output. Let's maximize our performance. The next word is feedback, which is a really important one to use as a manager. So feedback is useful information about a person's performance. So I would say, I would like to give you feedback to help you improve. And I would always sell feedback as an opportunity for my team members to develop. So it would be a good thing. Even if feedback was sometimes negative, it helps them improve. So you have to sell feedback to your team. Reflect is very similar to feedback, but the individual is reflecting on their performance. So when you reflect, you look back on your performance to see what went well, what went wrong, and also how you can learn from the experience. So I would say, I'd like you to reflect on your performance and tell me how you think you could improve. And as a manager, this was a great thing to say, especially when I was sitting down with team members every 6 months to talk about their performance during a performance review or an appraisal. I would say, let's start off and you tell me, you reflect on your performance over the last 6 months and tell me how you think you could improve. That's a very powerful thing to do as a manager, because you are getting them, the individual, the team member, to reflect on their performance. The next word is implement, that you can use to speak like a manager. So when you implement, you put a decision, a plan, or an agreement in place. Let's now implement our plan of action and achieve our goals. I would say that at the end of a team meeting. The next brilliant word you can use to speak like a manager is change. This is a really good one. Now, the best organizations constantly look to change in order to keep up with the needs and habits of their customers. Unless we change, we will fall behind our competitors, because customers won't wait for you to change. If they're not happy with the organization, they will move on to a different one. And this is why I talk about Amazon, because Amazon changes all the time. It's a fantastic organization, and it changes to meet the needs of its consumers and customers. The next word is delegate. So as a manager and a leader, you have to delegate all the time. So when you delegate, you are assigning tasks to people in a team based on their strengths. The next word is optimize. Now, to optimize is to make the best use of something. So you could say, let's optimize our performance to achieve our goals faster. And another word is proactive. So being proactive is creating or controlling a situation instead of responding to it. So when you respond to a situation, you are reactive. But when you're proactive, you're coming up with a solution or controlling a situation before it actually happens. So you could say, let's be proactive and find ways to stop this problem from happening in the first place. And another really good word is focus. I used to use this all the time as a manager. So if you want to speak like a manager, use the word focus. Because the word focus is having a clear definition of a specific task or activity. Let's focus on what we want to achieve today during this team meeting. Let's have a focus point. So let me tell you, before I give you those example statements that you can use to speak like a manager in the workplace and also then at job interviews, let me tell you the two most underused and underrated management words. These are very simple, but they are not used, in my opinion, enough. I used to use them all the time. So the first one is well done. I think praise is not used enough by managers. Now, of course, you don't want to be praising all the time if someone carries out a basic task that is part of their responsibility. But if somebody does good performance or carries out good performance, say well done. It will go a long way. Praising your team members for a job well done will go a long way to help motivate your most valuable asset as a manager. So your most valuable asset as a manager is your team members. So I would say, well done for the work you carried out today, Rebecca. Something like that, just well done. Well done goes an awful long way. And the next word that is underused is thank you. Don't think that just, because you're a manager, you don't have to say thank you. It's basic common courtesy. Saying thank you will help nurture a culture of respect and consideration, and your team will respect you as a leader if you say thank you. Thank you for the effort you put in today's project, everyone. It was a great result which really helped the company. I would use thank you periodically, especially as a team. Say thank you for the effort that you've put in. It does go a long way. So those are the two most underused management words, well done and thank you. By the way, tell me in the comment section below the video if you have any management words you recommend using. Tell me which ones you would use as a manager. Let me now give you some example statements that use powerful management words for the workplace. So I'll give you something to say in a team meeting as a manager. I used to say this all the time. Here we go. I would like everyone in the team to focus on our strategy, work hard, maximize performance, and strive to deliver exceptional quality for our customers. And I would usually say that at the end of a meeting. That's a good thing to say. I'll just repeat that. I would like everyone in the team to focus on our strategy. So you've got a plan of action. Let's focus on our strategy, work hard, maximize performance, and strive to deliver exceptional quality for our customers. Talking like that, you are speaking like a manager. The next scenario is when you are conducting performance reviews or staff appraisals. You are sitting down as a manager or leader with your staff members to discuss their performance. And this is when I would be selling feedback to them. So I'm going to give them feedback, but I would say, first of all, please remember that feedback helps us realize our objectives much faster, and it empowers us to move forward in our careers and achieve our personal and professional goals. And I would then give my staff members the feedback that I wanted to give them. So I was sort of, preparing them for feedback and explaining to them that feedback isn't negative. It's not at all. Feedback is the breakfast of champions. And that sounds like a bit of a cliche, but it's true. Feedback is the breakfast of champions. It helps you improve and achieve your goals much faster. If you are not open to feedback, then you could get left behind. What about if you're discussing team and organizational problems? What could you say as a manager? How could you speak like a manager? I would say something like this. Let's be proactive and analyze all the facts and information we have available in order to create a solution that is in the best interest of the organization's commercial and financial goals. That's a really good thing to say when you're discussing team and organizational problems. So you're getting everyone to talk about it. You're saying, let's. So you're talking about the team. Let's all talk. It's not about me talking about it. All of us are talking about it. Let's be proactive and analyze the facts and information available. And then we can create a solution that's in the best interests of the organization's commercial and financial goals. What about discussing the importance of change with a team? So if you're with your team and you are discussing change, because some people don't like change, I would always say something like this. Change is a fundamental part of organizational success. If we don't adapt to the ever-changing needs of our valued customers and react in a way that is commensurate to their needs, we will fail. That's a powerful thing to say as a manager. So if you want to speak like a manager, say something like, change is a fundamental part of organizational success. If we don't adapt to the ever-changing needs of our valued customers and react in a way that is commensurate to their needs, we will fail. So that's me telling everyone how important change is in an organization. And then also, before I come on to the interview things that you can say as a manager, what about praising your team? This is a great thing to say. I would like to thank you all for your hard work in the last few weeks. Your commitment to our organizational goals has resulted in record sales for the company, which just goes to show what we can achieve as a team when we put our minds to it. Well done. So I'm saying thank you and well done in the same speech. That's a great way to speak like a manager. Let me now give you some example statements that use powerful management words for job interviews, and I will tell you then where you can download these slides and get access to my full management skills training course masterclass online. So here's the first one. My goal as your manager will be to deliver consistent results for the organization. I will achieve this by holding my team accountable, giving clear and concise instructions, motivating and encouraging everyone to reach their full potential, and adhering to strict team values and ethics. That's a really good thing to say in an interview if you are being interviewed to become a manager. If you want to speak like a manager, so say, my goal as your manager will be to deliver consistent results for the organization. I will achieve this by holding my team accountable, giving clear and concise instructions, motivating and encouraging everyone to reach their full potential, and adhering to strict team values and ethics. That's a great thing to say if you want to speak like a manager. Let's have a look at another one. Here we go. If they say to you, why should we hire you as a manager? You could say, you should hire me as a manager because I am not afraid to make difficult decisions. I will support the senior management team in any changes they want implemented, and I will utilize a strategy that focuses on best practice, and I will delegate tasks to team members based on their strengths in order to complete all projects in a fast and efficient manner. That's a great response to that management interview question. Why should we hire you as a manager? So all of the things that I've covered in this tutorial will help you speak like a manager. So if you want to download these slides and my full management skills training course masterclass, which you can get instant access to, click that link right now in the top right hand corner of the video. Head straight through to my website, managementskillsmasterclass.com, and you can get these slides and my full online training, which will help you to be a confident, influential and outstanding manager. Make sure you click that link. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It's really important. I can help you progress throughout your career. Please give the video a like. That motivates me to create more content for you. Also, don't forget to connect with me on LinkedIn. I have put my LinkedIn link in the description below the video. It's always a pleasure and an honor to connect with like-minded professionals such as yourself. Thank you for watching, everyone. I wish you all the best. Have a great day.